Hello and welcome to your all new Valencia Showit website template by Tonic. I am Jen. I will be your tour guide for the day. I do have a little bit of a cold, so if I sound like I have a cold, I apologize. Very poorly timed. But welcome. I'm so excited. This template is just jam-packed full of features, and if you've never used Showit before, I think you're going to find this really fun and easy to use. If you have any questions, if you at any point ever get stuck, please reach out to us and let us know. I also just want to point you to this little section right here. There is a support section at the very bottom right-hand side of Showit right here, and so they have a lot of information about a lot of things right here. So if you get stuck, if you need questions, they also have really thorough help docs right here as well, so you can search for anything. And then I'm going to also point you to the Showit Help Center right here. If you just go to learn.showit.com, that has everything about getting started and building your site, as well as a free course available, showit.com/learn. Helps you learn Showit in less than 30 minutes. This is a great start. So if you're totally new to this platform and you want to get started and need more in-depth tutorials, then, well, great news, they exist. So let's get started with your design. I'm going to give you a little tour of the different areas inside Showit to start with. So you can see at the top here, this is your site. So this shows you everything that's on your site. So that's kind of the bird's eye view. And this right here is the page tab. And so that's the specific sections that are on whatever page that you're currently browsing. After that, you have your site settings. This is where you're going to set your domain, your blog, your third party like Google Analytics, your social links, and anything like that. And you can also select your site language, add a fav icon, everything else. We did not add one because we didn't want it to say Tonic. Then after that, you have your design settings. And so in here, you're going to see the different fonts and colors that are associated with this design. Now, a lot of people, one mistake that I often see is people will just immediately get in and load their brand colors. I highly recommend just kind of browsing around your site just a little bit, just to get a sense of where the colors are used so that you know which ones to replace and where. Most of the time, so the black and the white are obviously going to be your primary colors, and then these are the accent colors throughout the site. So just get familiar with a little bit of how that's being used before you edit those. But you can click and see right here the heading, subheading, paragraph, all of those different styles, and then your current fonts that are included with your design. So we've pre-licensed this beautiful font editor's note display from my friend Jen Wagner. So we've paid to license it so you don't have to, and the rest of the fonts that are included are free. But you can also substitute any other Google fonts or upload your own custom fonts right here. So if you need help on that, obviously there's a help doc right here associated, and you can see that there's a little question mark, which means, hey, there's more help and information about this somewhere else. After that, you have your media library. So yours is not going to look like mine. We have so much stuff in our media library, but fun fact, your design did come with all of these stock images that we created using Lumi AI. So these are all AI images, and that means they're all open source. And then we also licensed some videos for you to use. And so you can see if you're interested in this video right here, this one does not come with your design, but you can purchase it over at Jen Wagner shop, and you can use our code TONIC15 for 15% off her mockups. So then you have your media library. So if you want to add folders with your content, you just scroll down right here to add new folder. I highly recommend creating organizational structure for your uploads so that you don't have a giant uploads folder like ours. This is a huge mistake. What you want is to have everything organized in brand, galleries, content, logos, and anything else. So after that, you're going to see over here on this section, you have the different pages of your website. So home, about, services, specific service, portfolio, simple portfolio. Now I want to tell you a secret that most people don't know when it comes to Showit. You don't have to launch your website using all these pages. So at any point, if you decide, hey, I actually don't want to have this page up right now, if you just click these three dots, you can click unpublish right here, and that allows you to keep that page on your site but then not have it published, and so you're able to just launch. So for example, you could launch Valencia with just a home page if you wanted, and then just hide the rest of the pages for now and then keep working on them as you go. So that's the great trick about that. You can also do the same thing on any canvas of your design. So for example, if you said, hey, actually I don't have this section done yet, I'm just going to hide it, all you have to do is click those three dots again, visible on desktop, visible on mobile, and now the section is gone. Now, as you're getting started with your design, one of the best practices that we suggest is just opening up a Google document close to your design that has any content from your current website or any website content that you're hoping to add, so that you can just quickly copy and paste and see what's needed and then copy and paste it from a doc rather than trying to like write it all in Showit. I personally do like to write in Showit because I like to be able to see like how does it flow and how long does my text need to be, etc. So if you're hiring a copywriter, I do recommend, hey, it's really helpful to just show them the website so that they know, hey, this is what I'm writing for, and they can generally make sure that it fits your template and that you have the right amount of text for the right amount of sections and don't have to do a ton of work to make it look great. So as you continue to scroll down, let's talk about a few ways of editing content. So one of the great things about Showit is that it makes editing type super easy. And so I can easily click to type and say, Jen Olmstead's amazing tutorial shop. So typing, super, super easy, very easy to change out images. And as you see over here, that immediately changed. Now you're gonna see right here that I actually kept this show mobile and desktop open, even though there's just show mobile and desktop, because this helps you make sure that when you're making changes on desktop, you're not making a big mess on mobile at the same time. And so some things change in Showit, like text and images will change, but sometimes things can end up like overlapping when you've added a lot more text or whatever. So definitely recommend keeping these windows open side by side just in case. Now let's talk about replacing images. So there are a couple of different ways of replacing images. These two images at the top are just images placed on the stage. And so you can see right here that all I have to do to replace an image is just click. Now the reason why this image is stretched super far over here is because we wanted to like kind of basically crop it inside Showit. And so if you drag it like this, it'll change how it's located on the screen. At any point, you're also welcome to just use one image instead of two. And you can see right here, if I go to my page, there are actually a few different options for different heroes on that home section, just so you can get an idea of what style that you appreciate. So the first way of selecting an image is just clicking on the image and then replacing it. So that one is very, very simple. The other way to replace an image is when it's a background. And so this right here, you can see there's nothing on this section, so that's kind of confusing. But if you click over here to canvas background, you're gonna be able to see all the sections about whatever canvas that you're on. So this one shows you all the information about the canvas, and you can see right here, oh, the canvas is a video background. And so I could change that to a color, to an image, or to a video, and I can just replace that right there. All of these images are going to be clicked just to change out. This one right here is another background image, so I could just click right here and change it out to another background image. So you can see how quickly customization can end up going, because really you're just making quick decisions and saying, okay, this works. You can also change the opacity of backgrounds and all this information. And then when I click any other piece of text on the stage, you're gonna see all the different options associated with that item. So when I click text, I have all the text options. I have text properties. This is where the SEO is set. We've already set it for you. And the size and position, and then click actions. So click actions are basically Showit's version of links. And you can see right here that this button right here links to the services page. Now, there are two ways of linking things. One of them is just clicking on an individual object and then clicking the page. But when you have a button like this, that's super annoying to click each thing. So I'm just going to select all of them and then go down here to click actions and click configure link. And so then I'm able to make sure that all those things link to the same thing. Excuse me. So as you scroll down here, there's another thing that you're going to see, and that's, do you see these diagonal lines? Let's just zoom in. Do you see these diagonal lines? That is what's referred to as a site canvas, and essentially a site canvas just means that right here, this is going to be found somewhere else on your site. So rather than making you edit it a bunch of times, if you edit it in one place, it'll be the same across all canvases. It's basically a universal. So when I click edit to up, if I make any changes, blog, that's going to show up everywhere on your site. So this is commonly used for things like menus and footers and content that you're going to have in multiple places. So the other area that you're going to see canvas views is right here. So basically a canvas view allows you to show different content in the same place. And so right here we have resources, marketing, and freebies. Those are the different tabs within this specific canvas view. And so you can edit the content that's on each of these by clicking the canvas view. So For this, I would change this out with whatever content that I wanted, and then I would configure the link for all of those things to the blog or to your desired download page. Now, the other thing that you need to know about Showit if you're just getting started is that all of this information right here on the right-hand side, these all have transitions and animations and scroll actions. So occasionally you're going to see a scroll action. For example, when you click this, if you're just curious, this is just showing you that the sticky menu that we have, the hamburger menu, is going to be shown whenever this canvas is away, and it's going to be hidden whenever it's on top. So that's how you're going to be editing those scroll actions if you ever need to, but they're currently set for you as you want. Now, one area that I think can be confusing for people who are just starting with Showit is this thing called canvas sets. And when you scroll down right here, you're going to see your canvas set. And we put all of your navigation into one canvas set. And so basically, this is going to be set on all of your pages. You can see we have it. It applies to every single page, and this has all of your canvases that are associated with navigation. So if you need to change this at any point, if you need to edit it, it's going to ask you if you want to edit this canvas set, and this is what it's referring to. So you can see right here, I can get in and edit our entire menu. All of this, again, is just set with links, and you can edit and delete however many links you need to, change this layout as much or as little you need to. If you don't have a newsletter yet, no problem. You can just delete that and it still looks lovely. Or if you have an email newsletter, you're just going to replace this content right here with your opt-in form from your desired email service provider. So in the next video, I'm going to get a little bit more into customization, but I wanted to explain the various things that you have going on in Showit. Showit does respond to Command Z if you have a mistake that you'd like to make. And there's also this undo and redo button right here. You can see different grids and guides right here. And so this is just kind of a general overview of what's included. On this left-hand side, you're going to see all the pages, the blog templates, and the side canvases. So that's all of the sections associated with your design. This preview button up here allows you to send a preview to a friend or preview how your design is going to look before it's published. And then obviously the big blue button is what happens when you're finally ready to go live. Super exciting. So thanks for sticking with me, and sorry about the coughing. I'll be back in just a second for our second tutorial walking through customizing your website and some of the special features inside the design.